Welcome to the Cyber City Circus Presents Datasheet Digest. My name is David and I will be your host today. Today's episode will cover the datasheet for the Diodes Incorporated PAM8301 Filterless Class D Mono Audio Amplifier. This datasheet is freely available from the Diodes Incorporated website if you would like to follow along. If you would like to support the show, you can leave us a written review on Spotify. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. The lineage of this part can be traced back to a company called Power Analog Microelectronics Incorporated, PAM or PAM for short. Power Analog Microelectronics was founded in 2004 with offices in Silicon Valley, Shenzhen, Taipei, Tokyo, and Shanghai. The website for the company, poweranalog.com, is no longer functioning. The last copy of the datasheet I can find with the PAM brand on it is marked revision 1.2 and is dated September 2008. The revision 1.3, which we are using in this episode, is branded Diodes Incorporated, and while much of the drawings and the text are similar, this datasheet is not an identical copy of the old datasheet with new branding on it. Somebody put some work into this datasheet. The company Power Analog Microelectronics was acquired by Diodes Incorporated in September 2012 for $16 million. This data sheet we are using in the show notes is dated July 2013, which is less than a year after the acquisition. The PAM8301 is the first in the 8300 series of audio amplifiers. It's now considered NRND, meaning not recommended for new design. Even though right now there are 15,000 of them available on the DigiKey website. It appears that it's been superseded by the PAM8302 and the PAM8304, even though they're not directly pin compatible, and it would require a redesign. The PAM8301 comes in a TSOT26 package, which has 6 pins. 2 of those pins are for your speaker connection. 1 pin's for your audio input. 1 pin is an active low shutdown pin. And then there's a power pin and a ground pin. One of the big benefits of using it is that it requires a very low component count to implement. At minimum, you need a capacitor for your signal in, a decoupling cap on your power input, and maybe a pull up on your shutdown pin. In the datasheet on page 8 under application information, it talks about how to reduce EMI, and it does suggest using ferrite beads and some filter caps there, but only if you're using external speakers. Here are some interesting things about the PAM8301. It's a Class D amplifier. If you don't know a lot about the different classes of amplifier, there's Class A, Class AB, Class B, and Class D. Class D is the most efficient. The PAM8301 can deliver an output power of up to 1.5 watts into an 8 ohm speaker at a 5 volt supply voltage, making it suitable for both small to medium sized speakers in portable devices. The total harmonic distortion plus noise, THD plus N, of the PAM8301 is less than 10% at maximum power output, providing a relatively clean audio output. The PAM8301 operates within a supply voltage range of 2.5 volts to 5.5 volts, making it suitable for various applications and battery types. It has a built-in shutdown control, and it's an active low pin that allows user to disable amplifier and reduce power consumption when it's not in use. This pin is triggered when it is below 0.4 volts and draws less than 1 microamp in shutdown. It has a typical quiescent current of 4 milliamps, which is relatively low for a Class D amplifier, contributing to its energy efficiency. It has built-in thermal and short circuit protection, safeguarding the IC and connected components from damage due to overheating and short circuits. This is triggered at 135 Celsius. The PAM8301 can be operated without an output filter, simplifying the overall circuit design and reducing the number of external components required. It has a built-in undervoltage lockout that goes into shutdown when it's below 2.1 volts. The shutdown has to be toggled back off and back on again after charge and then shut down again. It uses less than 1 microamp. The datasheet suggests that you can eliminate the power on pop sound if you start the IC in shutdown mode and then switch to an on state following the initial power up. This could be accomplished by using a transistor and a capacitor or a microcontroller pin. This makes sense. The amplifier isn't on when the device is powered on, so you won't get that big pop that comes out of a speaker when you turn something on. Here's a little note about EMI. The datasheet says that you should use a ferrite bead filter to reduce EMI when the speakers are more than 20 centimeters away. It says when selecting a ferrite bead, choose one with high impedance at high frequencies and low impedance at low frequencies. Basically, if you use a speaker that needs a wire hookup, use a ferrite filter on the speaker lines. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Datasheet Digest. Tune in next time when we covered the Maxim integrated DS1307 I2C real-time clock. I've already started looking into it, and it's going to be a wild one, so don't miss it. All music provided by Vexagon in Augusta, Georgia. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Datasheet Digest and check us out on the World Wide Web at www.datasheetdigest.com. I'll see you next time.